Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you are and your families are staying safe and well during this challenging time. Welcome to the second sessions. In our previous video, we discussed about what is rest, what is motion, what is frame of reference, again what is scalar, what is vector. We started chapter name motion in a straight line in our previous video. Motion of a particle in a straight line. I told you it is our third chapter of our part 1 textbook. Motion in a straight line. So we know. So what is rest? A body is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to frame of reference with passage of the time. A body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to frame of reference with passage of time, isn't it? So we know what is frame of reference. In frame of reference is one in which position of the object is located by using what? 3 coordinate systems. That is P of x, y, z is what? Position of the body in terms of coordinates x, y, z. Got it? If any of these 3 does not change us with respect to time as observed in the clock attached to this frame, then object is said to be at rest. If any one or all the 3 changes with respect to frame of reference with respect to time as observed in the clock, then object is said to be not motions. Again, if only one coordinate changes, then body is said to have one-dimensional motions, or body is said to be in straight line motions. It is also called rectilinear motions. If body changes both x and y coordinates, then body is said to be move in plane. That is called two-dimensional motions. Example, projectile motions, circular motions. If all the 3 coordinate changes with respect to frame of reference with passage of the time, then body is said to be in 3-dimensional motions. Example, birds in the fly, isn't it? Or flying of an aeroplane in the sky. Example for what? 3-dimensional motions. Okay? About this we already studied. We also discussed about what? Scalar and vectors. I am discussed brief about what scalar and vector, because in order to understand distance, speed, velocity, acceleration, displacement of the chapter. So what is scalar? Scalars are the physical quantities having only magnitude but no directions. So what is meant by vector? A physical quantity having both magnitude and directions are called vectors. Vectors. And also we studied about what? Particle. So what is a particle? I am discussed in previous session. Particle is a point mass. A particle is one having a negligible size. Next we studied about what? Distance. So what is distance? What is distance? An actual path, isn't it? An actual path traversed by a body. An actual path means length of the actual path. Length of the actual path. Length of the actual path traveled by a body. Length of the actual path. Length of the actual path traversed by a body. Traversed by a body. Traversed by a body is called what? Distance. I think up to this point we have studied in our previous video. Okay, now I am going to discuss about position and displacement. In today's session, we start from the what student? Position and displacement. Position and displacement. Positions. So we know in our previous video studied that in order to study state of rest or state of motion, or we discussing these two with respect to what? Position of a body. Got it? We are discussing state of rest or motion with respect to what? Position of a body. So consider if a body moving along a straight line, if a body moving along straight line, say along the horizontal direction, then only x coordinates enough to specify its positions, isn't it? If body moving along the vertical directions, it requires what? Y axis. So assume here a body moving along a x axis, a body moving along what? X axis. Let us consider, let O is the position of the body when time t is equal to 0 seconds. Say it is called what? Position of the body when time t is equal to 0 seconds. So O is said to be what? Initial position, so called origin. So consider an interval by an unit. So standard of measurement unit we know. So 20 meters, it is in meter, okay, 20 meter, 40 meter, 60 meter, 80 meter, 100 meters. Okay, it is what? In terms of what? Meters. X-axis in meters. Say x-axis, better write in meters. In meters. See, right to the O, right to the O are taken as positive. Left to the O means left side with respect to our reference point. O is our reference point, isn't it? O is our what? Reference point. Left to the reference point are taken as what? Negative. Say minus 20. So minus 40, minus 60. See, when body at O, then body is at initial position. Say body is at initial positions. As the body at O in time t move to point say P after the time t seconds. After the time t second, body changes its position from O to P. Then what is the distance traveled by the body from O to P? 100 meters. 100 meters, isn't it? As it returns back to the point say Q, return back to the point Q. See, as the body return back to the point Q, then what is the total distance traveled? See, distance traveled by the body as the body move from O to P and return back to the point Q. Then what is the total distance traveled by the body? From O to P, 100, again from P to Q, again from P to Q, 40, so 140 meter. 140 meter. If body return back to the point O, then distance traveled by the body becomes 200 meters. Got it? Okay, assume here, body return back to the point O and changes its position from O to R towards left with respect to the reference point O. With respect to reference point O. Then what is the total distance traveled? Listen, from O to P, 100, P to O, 100. So total distance becomes what? 200 meter. Again from O to R, then distance traveled by the body becomes what? 240 meters. Total distance traveled is given by what? 240 meter. Got it? Understood? Any doubt? See, we assumed here initially body is at O at time t is equal to 0 seconds. After it changes from O to P, traveling a distance of 100 meters. And it return back to the point Q, then distance traveled by the body becomes what? O to P 100, P to Q 40. Therefore 140 meters. Again come to the point O. If body again return back to the point O, total distance traveled by the body becomes how much? Body becomes 200 meters. Again from O to R, 240 meters. See, we not taken distance as negative when it returning back from point P to O. Isn't it? When it turned back from point P to O, we not taken as distance negative. We just what add the length of the path traveled by the body. ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಪಥದ ಉದ್ದವನ್ನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮೊತ್ತ ತೆಗಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಮೊತ್ತ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Therefore, total distance traveled by the body is equal to actual length traversed by a body. Therefore, distance never be negative, and even if it returns back to the point O, distance traveled by the body is not zero. See, as the body move from O to P, if it returns back to the point O, distance traveled by the body becomes 200 meter. Even if initial point and final point are coincide with each other, but distance traveled by the body not equal to zero, because distance is scalar. We already studied in what our previous video. Distance is what? Scalar. It has no direction. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೊತ್ತ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ O to R towards left, then distance traveled by the body is again what? 200 plus 40, 240 meters. Okay, it is about what? Distance. Now we try to understand what is displacement of the body. Next physical quantities of the chapter is what? Displacement, sthana pallata. Displacement of the body. So what is displacement of the body? See, as the body move from point O to P, displacement of the body becomes 100 meters. That is, say, it is the position x1, initial positions. So, P, say position x2. So, as the body move from O to P, displacement of the body is given by x2 minus x1. Final position minus initial positions. See, final position is what? 100 meter. Initial position is what? 0. So 100 minus 0 is what? 100 meters. Therefore, displacement of the body becomes, see, from O to P, from O to P, displacement is given by, displacement is represented by student delta x. From O to P, say displacement is given by displacement of the body. Displacement represented by delta x. So delta is a Greek term, say it is what? Delta. Delta. Got it? Delta is what? Greek character. Greek. Don't read it as delta into x. Say delta x. Delta refers to what? Change. Change. Badalavane. Change. See, as the body move from O to P, as the body move from O to P, change in position of the body from O to P. Now, displacement of the body is given by delta x is equal to what? X2 minus x1. That is 100 minus 0. That is equal to what? 100 meter. 100 meters. Again, assume here body move from O to P and return back to the point Q. Return back to the point Q. Then what is the displacement of the body? See, from O to Q, from O to Q, displacement delta x is given by, from O to Q, delta x is what? What is the value of delta x? See, body move from what? O to P and return back to the Q. Then displacement of the body is given by x2 minus x1. What is x2? 60. 60 minus 0, 60 meters. See, 60 minus 0, 60 meter. 60 minus 0, 60 meter. Even if body move from O to P and return back to the point Q, we know displacement is 60. Distance is 100 meters. What you observe, student? Displacement do not depends upon path along which body traveled. Got it? ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಚಲಿಸಿದ ಪಥದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಲಂಬಿತವಾಗಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. See, that is, it depends only on initial position and final positions. ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಿತ್ತು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ. It is final positions. Therefore, displacement of the body from O to Q is given by what? 60 minus 0, that is what 60 meters. If the body return back to the point O, the displacement of the body becomes 0 meter. Why? Initial position is x1, O, isn't it? Initial position represented by coordinate x1, that is 0. Got it? Again, return back to the point O means final position is also O. That is, both initial and final positions are coincide with each others. ಆರಂಭ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಿಮ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಒಂದೇ ಬಿಂದುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬಾಡಿ? 0. ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ O to R. Then what is the displacement of the body? See, from O to R, displacement is given by body move from O to R. Body move from what? O to R. O to R. So, what is R? Final positions. What is O? Initial positions. So, from O to R, displacement delta x is given by. So, what is displacement delta x? So, displacement of the body is given by delta x is equal to x2 minus x1. We know. So, what is displacement x2? If body move from O to R, x2 is what? Minus 40. See, minus 40. x1 is 0, minus 0. That's equal to what? Minus 40 meter. So, displacement becomes negative. Displacement becomes what? Negative. It means that, what we study student here, from this example what we understood, one thing is clear, that displacement may be positive. If we return back to the point O, means if initial and final positions are coincide with each other, then displacement becomes 0. If we move towards left with respect to our reference point, then displacement taken as negative. Therefore, displacement may be negative or 0 or positive. Any doubt? See, displacement may be negative or 0 and also positive, but the speed is always positive. Sorry, distance is always positive. Distance is always positive. Therefore, what is displacement of the body? Any doubt about position? I think in our NCERT book described this one clearly, in detail agi describe ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನಮ್ಮ NCERT book ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. See, got the idea about position? That is, position of the body continuously changes with respect to reference point during its motions. Displacement of the body is represented by means of what? Coordinates of the axis along which body moves. Got it? Now, what is displacement of the body? I think all of you understood clearly from this example. See, as the body move from O to P, displacement of the body is as the body move from O to P, displacement becomes 100 meters. x2 minus x1, 100 minus 0, 100 meters. As the body move from the O to Q, means body move from O to P, return back to point Q, then displacement becomes what? x2 minus x1, 60 minus 0, that is 60 meters. If again body return back to the point O, displacement is 0 meters. If body reverses the directions and move towards in left directions, as it reaches the point R, then displacement becomes what? Minus 40 meters. Therefore, what is displacement? So, what is displacement of the body? From this example, we clearly understood the concept of what? Position and displacement. So, what is displacement? The change in position of a body. The change in position of a body. The change in position of a body. The change in position of a body in a particular directions. In a particular direction. The change in position of a body in a particular direction is called displacement. Is called what? Displacement. The change in position of a body in a particular direction is called displacement. Displacement. See, as the body moves towards the right, as the body moves towards the right with respect to our reference point, we take the displacement as positive. If it moves towards the left, got it? As the body moves towards the right with respect to reference point, displacement taken as the positive. As the body moves towards the right with respect to reference point, displacement is taken as the what? Positive. As it moves towards the left, displacement is taken as what? Negative. Because displacement is a vector physical quantity. It is a vector. Got it? It is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Got it? It is a what? Vector physical quantity. In Kannada, Sadisha. It has both magnitude and directions. It has both magnitude and directions. So, what is the SI unit? So, SI unit of both distance and displacement are same. That is what? Meter. So, meter is the SI unit. SI Moolamana. SI Moolamana paddhatiyalli upayogiಸುವ ಮಾನ meters. Symbol is small letter m because it is not a unit named after the persons. So, what about dimension of the displacement? Dimensions. So, dimension is given by, since unit is meter, therefore, no role of mass, so m to the power of 0, L t to the power of what? 0. No role of mass and no role of time in displacement. Therefore, dimension of displacement is what, student? M to the power of 0, L t to the power of 0. Sarina, see, L to the power of 1, or simply we can write what? L. So, it is the what? Dimension of the what? Displacement. I hope that you already learned about units and dimensions in previous chapters, unit and measurements. So, it is about what? Displacement. Got it? Sometime I ask questions for 2 mark in our examinations. What is displacement? Or define displacement of the body. Explain it. Explain it. Define displacement of the body and explain it. This is a question for what? 2 mark. So, if question asked for 2 mark, you have to give bit explanation about displacement. So, what is displacement? Let us consider, let x1 and x2 are the, we so far studied from our previous example. See, let x1 and x2 are the positions of the body. Say, positions of the body at any instance of time. Say, at any instance, at any instance of time, T1 and T2 respectively. T1 and T2 respectively. Got it? What you observed here? T1 and T2 respectively. See, let x1 and x2 are the positions of the body at any instant of time. Position of the body at any instant of times, T1 and T2 respectively, comma, displacement of the body. Say, displacement of the body in time or in interval of time. In time interval. Displacement of the body in time interval. T2 minus T1 is given by, T2 minus T1 is given by. So, what is displacement? Any doubt? So, first read that in our previous examples. See, let x1 and x2 are the position of the body at any instance of time, T1 and T2 respectively. Displacement of the body in time interval, T2 minus T1 is given by delta x is equal to, what is delta x? Delta x is equal to what? x2 minus x1. It is what? Displacement of the body. Any doubt? See, what displacement? The change in position of a body in a particular direction is called displacement. Let x1 and x2 are the position of the body at any instance of time t1 and t2 respectively. Displacement of the body in time interval t2 minus t1 is given by delta. Delta, I told you, delta is what Greek term. It is used to represent what change. Don't read it as delta into x, say delta x. So delta x is equal to x2 minus x1. It is what? Displacement of the body. We know displacement is a vector physical quantity because it has both magnitude and direction. Hence, SI unit of the displacement is what? Meter. Dimension is, we can write like this, or simply we can write, student, just L. Okay, it is about what? Displacement. See, so far studied about two important physical quantity of a moving body. One is the distance, other one is what? Displacement. One is the distance and another one is what? Displacement. See, is the distance and displacement are same? Try to understand how the distance and displacement are related to each other. Because both are having a same unit. ಎರಡರ ಮಾನಗಳು ಒಂದೇ, meters. Both are having the same dimensions. If two physical quantities are having same unit and dimension, in some circumstances they may equal. Got it? It is not possible to say they are always equal because they are termed as two different names, distance and displacement. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅವರು ಇಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರ ನೇಮೇ ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ಸರ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ಟಾನ್ಸಸ್ ದೇ ಮೇ ಈಕ್ವಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಸಿ, ಆಸ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎ ಟು ಬಿ, via AB, then what it say? 10 meters. What is the distance traveled by the body when moving from A to B? 10 meters. What is the displacement of the body when changing its position from A to B? 10 meters. So distance equal to displacement. Assuming here, as a body moving from A to B, taka along the path, say like this, say it is ACB. As the body moving from A to B along path ACB, then distance traveled by the body is not 10 meters, more than 10 meters. Because body moving along what? Taka path. Isn't it? That is what? Zigzag path. If a body move from A to B along this path, say ADB, it is what? ADB. Distance again more than 10 meters. But whatever may be the path, as it to travel from A to B along ACB or along AB, along ADB, displacement is always 10 meters. Displacement is always what? 10 meters. Got it? Displacement is always what? 10 meters. What you observe, students? Displacement is the straight distance. Isn't it? Displacement is the straight distance or shortest distance. Displacement is the straight distance. ನೇರ ದೂರ, straight distance, or shortest distance. Between two positions. Between two positions. Got it? So displacement is the straight distance or short. See, whatever may be the path, as it move from A to B along ACB or AB or along ADB, displacement is always 10 meter. Why 10 meter? Because 10 meter is the shortest distance of the point B from A, or straight distance of the point B from A. Therefore, displacement is the straight distance or shortest distance between two positions. What we observed here, displacement independent on path along which body travelled. Got it? Displacement of a body is independent on path along which body traveled. ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಚಲಿಸಿದ ಪಥದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಲಂಬಿತ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಿಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ initial and final position. It is independent on path along which body traveled. It is about what? Displacement. Isn't it? Once again we can understand distance and displacements are not equal by using a numerical example, students. Let us consider an old man walking along a semicircular track of radius say 100 meters during his morning walking. Got it? Beautiful example. Consider an old man walking along a semicircular track of radius 100 meters. 100 meters. Good examples. See, what is the distance traveled by the old man when he completes his motion at the another end of the track? Distance traveled by the old man. Distance traveled by the old man. What is distance traveled by the old man? Length of the semicircular track. So what is the length of the semicircular track? Circumference. Isn't it? Circumference divided by 2. Because length of the half circular path, circumference by 2. So distance is given by d is equal to circumference by 2 means what? Pi into r. We know. We already learned about it in your lower classes. What is circumference of a circle of radius r? 2 pi r. Pi into r. Say pi is 3.142 into r 100 meter. So distance traveled by an old man is given by 314.2 meter. It is what? Distance traveled by the old man. What about displacement? What about displacement? So what about displacement? Displacement of the old man is given by delta x is equal to what? 2 times the radius, means diameters. See, as the old man reached the point B from the A along a semicircular path, distance is given by length of the path along which man traversed. That is, distance becomes what? Length of the half circular path. That is what? 314.2 meter. But as the man reaches the point B along this path, but position of that old man changes from A to B. That is, after traveling this much of meter, means 314.2 meter, he reached the point B. So position of that man changes from A to B. So displacement is given by A to B means displacement becomes what? It is a displacement. R plus R. Isn't it? That is 2 times the radius. 2 times the radius. 2 times that is equal to a 2R. So what is displacement of the old man? 200 meters. See students, see distance traveled by the man is 314.2 meter. Displacement of that old man is 200 meter. Distance and displacement are not same. Because why? Man traveled along the water curved path. If a body moving along a curved path, then distance never be equal to displacement. That is, distance traveled by the body is always greater than displacement. Got it? Say one more example. See, you are familiar with these examples. Assume here a body start its motion from the point A, move towards the north, reaches the point say B after traveling, move towards the east, reaches the point B after traveling 4 meters. Okay. Turn towards the north and reaches the point C after traveling water, say 3 meters. Say 3 meters. Then what is the total distance traveled by the body? 4 meter plus 3 meter, 7 meters. So after traveling 7 meter along this path from A to B and from along B to C. See, from A to B and from along B to C, then what is the total length of the path traversed by the body to reach from A to C via ABC? 7 meters. After traveling 7 meter distance, position of the body changes from A to C. Position of the body changes from A to C, we know by Pythagoras theorem. You already studied about it, isn't it, in your lower classes, in high school classes. See, what is the AC? Displacement is given what? 5 meters. Therefore, once again, displacement less than distance, isn't it? It is what? Displacement. It is what? Displacement of the body, delta x. What about distance? Distance traveled by the body is given by 7 meters. 7 meters. Because body not traveled along AC, body reached the point C after traveling from A to B and from B to C. Actual path traversed from A to C is body ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಕ್ರಮಿಸಿದ ಪಥ A to B ಮತ್ತು B to C. Therefore, ಆ ವಸ್ತು ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಕ್ರಮಿಸಿದ ಪಥ A to B ಮತ್ತು B to C. Therefore, distance is the actual length of the path traversed by a body. Therefore, 4 meter plus 3 meter, 7 meters. Distance of the body is 7 meters. But after traveling 7 meter, it displaces its position from A to C, means displacement is given by what? 5 meters. So that, what we observed here, distance or displacement may or may not be equal. Or in other words, displacement is the straight distance or shortest distance between two positions. It is about student distance and displacement. I think you got the clear idea about what distance and displacement. Now I am going to discuss the difference between distance and displacement. Now I am going to discuss the difference between distance and displacement. Any doubt about this distance and displacement? I tried to convince you by using what? Some examples, because in order to understand physics, students, in order to understand physics, better one is go through what? Examples or by graphs. Got it? For sake of your competitive exams, the analysis of the examples and graphs will become more effective, remember, more effective. Okay, now I am going to discuss the difference between distance and displacement. Difference between distance and displacement. Say distance. Important questions may ask in your board examinations. So distance. Say next column, displacement. Displacement. Okay, displacement. First one, actual length of the path traversed by a body. Actual length of the path. Actual length of the path traversed by a body. Path traversed by a body. By a body is called what? Distance. Actual length of the path traversed by a body is called distance. Okay, is distance. Is, okay, I'm continuing next line, is called distance. Is called distance. What about displacement? What about displacement? See, change in position of an object. Change in position of an object. Change in position of an object. ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಾದ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ. In Kannada, known as ಸ್ಥಾನ ಪಲ್ಲಟ. Change in position of an object. Change in position of an object in a particular directions. In a particular direction. In a particular direction is called displacement. Is called displacement. Got it? Is called displacement. ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಾದ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯೇ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Second one, simple. It is a scalar. That is a vector. Isn't it? Second one, it is a scalar. It is a scalar. It is a scalar. What about this one? It is a vector. It is a vector. It is a vector physical quantity. Third difference, it is always be a positive. It is always be a positive. Distance is always be a positive. Got it? It is always be a positive. It is always be a positive. ಇದು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ನೆವರ್ ಬಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ಝೀರೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಝೀರೋ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಅಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್? It may be negative or zero or positive. Displacement, it may be negative. It may be negative, comma, zero or positive. It may be negative, comma, zero or positive. So it is about what? Difference between distance and displacement. Difference between distance and displacement. Any doubt? First one, actual length of the path traversed by a body is called distance. Change in position of an object in a particular direction is called displacement. It is a scalar physical quantity. Displacement is a vector physical quantity. It is always be a positive quantity. It is always positive. What about displacement? It may be negative, zero or positive. Because it is what? Scale vector. It has the directions. Change in directions of a vector is represented by putting what? Negative signs. By what? Negative sign. It is about what, student? Differences between distance and displacements. Any doubt? I hope that all of you understood clearly. Sarina? Okay, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, now I am going to start next topic of the chapters. Next topic of the chapter, speed. Next one is what? Speed. Speed. In Kannada, Java ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, speed ಅಂತ. So what is speed? Speed. What do you mean speed? What is speed? So what is speed? So what is speed? You know, I think the speed of a car is 60 kilometer per hour. Isn't it? Speed of a car is 60 kilometer per hour. Speed of a car is 60 kilometer per hour. So what is the meaning of this? In each minute, car travels a distance of 1 kilometers. Isn't it? That is, distance traveled per 1 minute is equal to what? 1 kilometers. Therefore, in 1 hour, it travels distance what? 60 kilometer. The speed of the car is said to be what? 60 kilometer per hour. That is per hour, per divided by time. Therefore, how can you define the speed? Distance traveled by the body divided by time taken. Isn't it? That is what? Distance traveled by the body per unit time. See, speed equal to distance traveled when time is equal to 1 minute. Isn't it? See, speed is given by what? Distance by time. Speed equal to distance when time is equal to 1 unit. Therefore, see, distance traveled, speed is given by, that is distance traveled per unit time. Distance traveled per unit times. Distance traveled per unit time. Distance traveled per unit time is called speed. Is called what? Speed. Got it here? Or that is speed is equal to what? That is speed is given by distance traveled per unit time, means speed is given by distance divided by time. See, speed is distance, time is 1 unit. Unit may be what? Second, or maybe what? Minute, isn't it? In SI system is what? Second. See, speed is equal to what? Distance by time. Distance by time. Remember students, in mechanics, per time is nothing but what? Rate. Per time is known as what? Rate. Per time divided by time is nothing but what? Rate. In Kannada, dara. Chalisida durada dara. Chalisida durada dara. That is rate. That is, it can also defined as, that is, speed can also defined as rate of distance traveled by a body. See, speed can also defined as, speed can also be defined as, speed can also be defined as rate of distance traveled by a body with respect to time. Speed can also be defined as rate of distance. Rate of distance traveled by a body. Rate of distance traveled by a body. Rate of distance traveled by a body with respect to what time? No need to write with respect to time, because rate itself is nothing but what? Divided by time. That is with respect to what? Time. With respect to what? Time. With respect to time. Got it? With respect to what? Time. Any doubt? See, speed is nothing but what? Distance traveled per unit time is called speed. That speed is equal to what? Distance by time taken. So speed can also, that is speed equal to distance, isn't it? Speed equal to distance. Speed equal to distance. Let us see. That is V is equal to what? S divided by T. See, V is equal to S. See, V equal to S. If T is equal to 1 unit, if T is equal to 1 unit, unit may be second, or maybe minute, or maybe hour. Therefore, V is equal to S if T is equal to 1 unit, means speed can be defined as rate of distance traveled by a body or distance traveled per unit times. Therefore, it is about what? Speed. Any doubt? Since distance do not have a directions, isn't it? Because we studied distance is what? Scalar physical quantity. Distance is what? Scalar physical quantity. Hence, speed is the scalar. Speed is what? Scalar. It has no directions. Because distance and time both are scalar. Even time has also no directions. Time ge dikkilla. Time is scalar. Distance is scalar. Therefore, speed of a body is nothing but what? Scalar. So it is what? It is scalar quantity. It is a scalar physical quantity. It is a what? Scalar quantity. This is scalar quantity. What about its unit in SI system? SI units. See, unit of the speed in SI system is what? Distance. Measure in terms of what? Meter. Time by unit called second. Therefore, meter per second. Unit of the speed is what? Meter per second. So what about dimension? What about dimension of the body? Dimension. See, dimension of the body is meter per second. Meter means unit used to measure length. Second means unit used to measure time. Therefore, no role of mass in speed. Therefore, m to the power of 0, L, t to the power of minus 1. Therefore, it is what? dimension of the second, students. Got it? Any doubt about speed? What is speed? See, distance traveled per unit time is called speed. That is, speed is equal to distance by time. See, that is v is equal to s by t. So v is equal to f if t is equal to 1 unit. Unit may be second. In SI system, usually what second time is. See, I told you, speed of the car is 60 km per hour. What the meaning of this? Car travels distance of 1 kilometer in each 1 seconds. See, speed can also be defined as rate of distance traveled by a body with respect to time. Why rate of distance traveled by a body with respect to time? Because whenever in mechanics divided by time, termed it as or read it as what? Rate. In Kannada, dara. ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಾದ ವಸ್ತು ಚಲಿಸಿದ ದೂರದ ದರ. ವಸ್ತು ಚಲಿಸಿದ ದೂರದ ದರವೇ ಆ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಜವ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್? ಸ್ಪೀಡ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಾಟ್? ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲಾರ್, time is scalar, therefore speed is what? Scalar. So SI unit of the speed is given by meter per second. Dimension is, meter is the unit used to measure length. So no roll of mass, therefore m to the power of 0. So length is there, to the power of 1 is there, therefore L. So second to the power of minus 1, so t to the power of what? Minus 1. So dimension of the speed is what? M to the power of 0, L, t to the power of what? Minus 1. It is about what, student? Speed of a body. Any doubt? See, if the speed of a body is variable, before that, you may ask questions, sir, what is non-variable speed? Or what is uniform speed? What is uniform speed? So, what is uniform speed? See, in order to understand variable speed, first you have an idea about what? Uniform speed. Uniform. So, what is by uniform speed? I hope that all of you understood about speed. Now, I am going to start the what? Uniform speed. What is by uniform speed? Next topic is what? Uniform speed. See, a body, same examples. A car traveling with the speed 60 km per hour. A car traveling speed 60 km per hour. What is the meaning of this? Car on an average covers distance of 1 kilometer in 1 minute. See, if car covers a distance of 1 kilometer in 1 minute, then if car covers a distance of 1 kilometer in each 1 minute, then speed of the car is said to be what? Uniform speed. Speed of the car is known as what? Uniform speed. So what is uniform speed? What do you mean by uniform speed? The speed of a car means the speed of a body, or a body is said to be moving with the uniform speed. Right here. See, a body is said to be moving with uniform speed. A body is said to be moving with uniform speed. Moving with uniform speed. When? If it covers, see, a body is said to be moving with uniform speed when? If it covers, if it travels, or if it covers equal distances. If it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. In equal intervals of time. However, see students, while explaining the speed of a car 60 km per hour, how I am explained? Car travels a distance of 1 kilometer in each 1 minute. Because I had given that example for what? Uniform speed of a car. I not said a car traveling at the speed of 60 kilometer in 1 hour. I discussed what? Car travels distance of 1 kilometer in each 1 minute. Minute is very small compared to hour. Similarly, see, that is, a body is said to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. However, the small time intervals may be. The small time intervals may be. However, the small time intervals may be. Small time intervals may be. It is about what, student? Uniform speed. Any doubt? What is uniform speed? A body is said to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. For example, say, it is the what position of the body. It is the what time taken. Say a body starts its motion from its initial position. Say x equal to 0. When time t is equal to 0. It is at the distance of 1 meter after the time 1 seconds. Okay, say time is in seconds, x is in meter. So at the end of the 2 seconds, it is at a distance of what? 2 meters. At the end of the 3 seconds, it is at a distance of what? Say 3 meters. What you observed here? In each 1 second, body covers the distance of 1 meter. Then speed of the car is said to be what? Distance traveled per unit time. 1 meter by 1 second. That is 1 meter per seconds. Isn't it? 1 meter per second. Therefore, speed of the body is said to be what? Uniform. Got the idea? Any doubt? I hope that all of you understood clearly about speed and uniform speed. What is speed? Rate of distance traveled by a body with respect to time is called speed. Or distance traveled per unit time is called what? Speed. Or speed can also be defined as the ratio of the distance traveled by the body to the time taken. Or it can also be defined as the distance traveled by the body divided by time taken. Because in our science, possible to define any by different ways. Got it? So, there is not only a unique definitions. See, speed may be variable or may be uniform. See, if body is set to uniform speed means a body is said to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. However, the small time intervals may be. Then the speed of the body is said to be what? Uniform. Any doubt, student? I hope that all of you understood clearly. See, in today's session, we studied lot. In beginning of the session, I am discussed what? Position. I am explained position by using a what? A line along the what? X-axis, isn't it? I took the O as my reference point. N time t is equal to 0. I set that point as the origin. Right of the O is taken as what? Positive and left are taken as what? Negative. By using that line, I am explained distance and displacement clearly. And after studied what? Displacement. What is displacement? The change in position of a body in a particular direction is called what? Displacement. I am explained distance may or may not be equal to displacement. That means that what is the relationship between displacement and distance? Distance in Kannada dura, displacement sthana pallata. Isn't it? That is, displacement is the shortest or straight distance between initial and final positions. But what about distance? Path traveled by a body in between initial and final position. I am also explained the difference between distance and displacement. Distance is the actual length of the path traversed by a body. Displacement is the change in position of a body in a particular directions. Distance is a scalar, displacement is the vector. Distance be always positive, displacement may be negative, 0 or positive, isn't it? Next we studied what? Speed. Rate of distance traveled per unit time is called speed, and also discussed uniform speed in today's session. That is, a body is yet to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. However, the small time intervals may be, once again remember, speed is the scalar physical quantity because it is the ratio of the two scalar physical quantity. Unit is meter per second, dimension LT inverse 1. I hope that students, you understood clearly. Still, if you have any doubt about my today's session, please feel free to ask with your respective subject teachers. Thank you one and all.